Chasta here for 1077 The Bone and Soundwaves TV. I'm so honored to have a living legend on with me inside my computer. Vinny Appice, legendary drummer, icon. And I have to start out, Vinny, with an apology.
Uh-oh.
I know.
What happened?
What a way to start, okay? So here's the deal. I am married to a professional drummer. He is a drum teacher. He's played drums since he was 6 years old and professionally since he was 12. You're kind of an idol to him, okay? So you were at a show he played years ago in down in LA area in Tarzana at Palladino's.
Oh, my
And
God.
I know, right? I know, throwback. And he finally got to meet you. And my husband does not get starstruck by anybody, but it was Vinny Appice, and he like crapped himself basically. Now, here's the deal. He may have had a couple of adult beverages, so this is why this happened. So whenever he was little, he would sit and just study your drums, like until he would just exhaust himself and pass out on his bedroom floor. He would just like,
Wow.
he would study and drum and just try to match you, you know, and it was a lot of work for him as a little one. And so much so that it would like knock him out and he would pass out in his bedroom. But when he saw you, he was starstruck and all he said was, I used to fall asleep to your drums.
That's what he
You were
said.
kind of like, okay. So he
Was it
wanted
that
me,
boring? Yeah.
I know, right? He wanted me to officially apologize to you. So just so you
Oh,
know,
that's funny.
I
That's
know,
I
right?
totally went. Okay.
I know, right? So I'm glad we got to make that good. But nice to meet
Tell him
you.
I said hi.
I will. I certainly will. Yeah. We own a music center here in the Bay. And so drums pay our
Oh, cool.
mortgage. They pay our whole life. So it's kind of
Cool.
it's our world as well. So nice to meet you. My God, your career, son. Black Sabbath, Dio, Heaven and Hell, Last in Line. I mean, a career of a lifetime. What does it feel like to be Vinny Appice?
Right now, it feels like I'm having airport withdrawals.
Yeah.
Like
I bet, right?
I'm home and I don't have to pack,
Yeah. Don't
you
have to
know,
put on a suitcase. Yeah,
because
for
the
sure.
my schedule's been fortunately very, very busy, and I would go out, play dates with Last in Line, come back 2 days later, basically wash clothes, then
Yep.
go out again,
Yep.
and then go to Europe, go to South America. So I've been doing all these things. It's been great. So right now, it's like, wow, I don't have to pack. This is amazing.
Is it
So
weird? Is it good? Like, are you missing it, or are you kind of cool having a break?
it was cool having a break, but now I kind of miss it. I like traveling. I don't mind flying. It's a pain in the butt, these days with all the security, but
Right.
I kind of miss it, And
Yeah.
then you get to the show, and the show's all the whole. When you're on stage, it's exciting.
Yeah.
Getting to the stage is the whole work. That's the whole work part of it.
Yeah. That's
So,
the payoff.
but luckily, I've been doing a lot of sessions here on a couple of projects that I got going, and so I've been really busy. I even
Yeah.
did a couple of online Skype drum lessons,
Oh, yeah.
which, which are hilarious because the sound is so bad and it breaks up, and it's like, I got to really listen closely to hear what they're playing.
Right.
Because the video stops too, it's like
There's like
constantly
lag. Yeah.
freezing.
That's what my husband's been dealing with, because he had to transition with our music center to teach 65 students on Skype or
Oh
FaceTime.
my God,
Right.
that's murder.
It is. So there's days when he comes home after like 7 hours of drumming on FaceTime and he's like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So I'm glad you can understand.
If it was clear and the audio was clear and the video was the way it should be,
Sure.
it would be a lot easier. You'd be going, okay, let's play this and this. Instead, it's, this crazy sounds that come out of Skype. Yeah, yeah. You go, what the heck is that?
It's so
Makes it,
true.
wears you out,
Yeah. I've heard rumor that there's going to be a third album from Last in Line. Is that part of what you're working on?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we got 6 songs down.
Okay.
Recorded. Viv's doing solos now, and then we do vocals. Everybody's in a different place.
Right.
And then we'll get together eventually and work on the other ideas we have to put another 5 or 6 songs together.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll get that out probably next year,
Sure. Yeah. I mean, with
Oh,
everything the way it
everything
is right
keep
now.
pushing back,
Yeah.
So
I have to say the new video, I talked to Carmine yesterday, and
Oh,
we
okay.
totally hit it off. What a love he is. He was cracking me up. He had his like fedora hat on and his pink shirt. He's ready to move to Florida. It was so
I know he looks like an old Florida guy now.
he does. He
Pink
totally
shirt.
looks like he's a Floridian already.
Yeah.
But we were, of course, talking about Monsters and Heroes. What a fantastic song. What a great video. I loved when you were like tossing it to Carmine. You know, you would play a little and then you would kind of point your stick and toss it like you were on stage. That's like how you would do it on stage. It was so neat.
Well, that's how we did it on
Right.
stage,
Right.
because we do a live show together called Drum Wars. That's our band that we use live.
Right.
And when we trade off, I'll play and I'll just go like that.
Right.
When I did the video here in my house, I'm thinking, well, I'm going to stop and the camera's still going. What am I going to do? Sit there?
Right. Exactly. Just stare.
So I thought I'd stop and then go, that takes away a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
I didn't know it would look so good. Everybody's mentioning that.
Well, it adds a little bit of personality and a little bit of flair, which we know you have a lot of personality. So it was just kind of a cool little nod. Carmine said he was jealous. He didn't think to do the same thing.
Well, that's good because he would have been over the top with it.
Okay. I gotcha.
I mean, I just did it because I thought, the camera's on me.
Right. Yeah, it's so good.
Sit there for then to come back in and stuff. But it worked out great. And we were in two different, he's in Connecticut. I'm over here. It looks like he's in the room next door,
Yeah,
That's because we got it down live.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Him and I, we're tight as can be live. We can look at each other and know what we're going to do.
Yeah, I mean, your brother's number one, so you probably have some sort of sixth sense going on there. But also, you've got some experience under your belt, so I think,
yeah.
And I love the song and the fact that it was a tribute to Dio. God bless, we love Dio so much. I mean, all of us rock fans. He's one of the best, if not the best vocalist of all time. My God, who could top him? And I love that you guys did this for him. I mean, you obviously have a very special relationship with Ronnie, being in all these bands with him. We could talk all day about who he is as a rock star, but we know what a legend he is. But who was Ronnie to you as a friend or maybe a brother?
Well, he was like my other brother because he was older than I was, and he was like my older brother, like Carmine. And when we first met, we hit it off, very well. He's from New York, upstate. I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Right.
We like the same food. We hate the same food, most of it. And we had the same interests. And musically, we were on the same page.
Yeah.
Just like kick ass. I would kick him in the ass. He would kick me in the ass on stage. And so we became very close,
Yeah.
That's why this video is cool. Rather than write something on Facebook, I've done it before, we miss you and Ronnie's special and blah, 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 blah. So let's do this video, man. This is a great tribute, rather than just write something.
It's something cool to, continue to have him live on in some way. I have to say, Vinny, that's one thing. I'm not a musician. I'm in radio because I am obsessive and love music more than probably anybody I could think of that's not a musician. But I have a little jealousy of musicians in a way that you guys get to live on forever with your music. That's something really special, like your legacy far after you're gone and far after all these musicians are gone, your music lives on forever. I mean, that's really a special thing, right?
Yeah. But what's funny about it is when we make the music, we're in the room, we write a song together and we go, let's go record it. We're just doing our job, like what we feel.
Yeah.
And then you don't realize that this is going to touch a lot of people in the world. This particular song will touch certain people in a big way. Like they might be going through a hard time. And then you go on the road and you play this and they come up, oh man, the album got me through such hard times. And I broke up with my girl and then I listened to this and you don't realize that when you're creating these songs,
Yeah.
It's almost unfair because we work at it, we work hard, and then there's like a plumber who works his ass off, comes to your house, fixes the plumbing, and you don't go, oh man, you were amazing the way you put that drain in. It's amazing, dude.
cleared my drain pipe. That was incredible. I'll remember that moment forever.
Yeah, the water goes back, man. Now I feel much better.
Yeah.
And it's, they don't get the accolade that we get,
Yeah, yeah,
It's
it's
almost
true.
unfair, but
Yeah. Well,
that's what music does.
I was gonna say that's the moral of the story is plumbers, they need more credit. Let's be real. Come on
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
The stuff, so to speak, they put up with. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I just, your career specifically, because all the music that you have done over your lifetime with all of those bands has touched my life significantly. My husband's life, obviously, as a drummer. So, I just want to thank you for doing what you do, and I'm excited for Last in Line to get another album out, and more importantly, to get back on the road. I have to
yeah.
ask you, first of all, do you have any concept of when you think that might happen, and what it might look
Ooh.
like when we can gather again?
Well, we were supposed to go out in March.
Mm-hmm.
Then we were supposed to go out in April, and then June. Then I think they pushed it to August. Now it's back to December.
Oh, jeez. I
Yeah,
pray December.
I'm supposed to go to Europe myself. I do a thing with a band there, the music of Black Sabbath. It's
Uh-huh.
mostly the stuff I played on with some other stuff thrown in, and that got delayed. Now that's pushed back to mid-October, and then South America, I do the same thing. That's in November,
Wow.
but I wouldn't be surprised if all of this gets pushed back into the first quarter.
Yeah, I'm very hopeful for the
Then
fall.
everybody's going to be out.
Yeah, I know. Once we
You won't know
actually
what
get
to
to
go
do,
see.
I know, I was just going to say, and a lot of people have tickets right now for all these shows that they're going to have to hold on to for months or a year or whatever. By the time we actually get to go to all these shows, we're going to be exhausted from rocking. It's going to be like a show every night of the week, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be intense. So we'll see. I just,
We'll
you
see
know,
what
in
happens.
yeah, in the meantime, I pray that these venues are able to stay alive. That's a
I
good
know
thing.
that's so sad. The whole thing is humble. Who would have thought this happened? It's
No,
crazy.
no one could have foreseen this. I do a
I
lot of
played a
work.
last show in Ohio on March 14th.
That was your last show?
Yeah, it was with a band there doing the Sabbath thing, and
Yeah.
it almost got canceled. And the night before, I did a clinic at School of Rock.
Yeah.
But they all went through with it, and I got there, and we had a lot of people there. They were almost going to shut it down that night,
Yeah.
but they didn't do that. And then we had over 200 people there,
Wow.
and I did a meet and greet just safely. We
Of
didn't
course.
get too close to each other.
Right.
And then the next day I left, and then my friend called me. He said they shut everything down.
Yeah.
So I think I was the last guy to play in Ohio
Wow.
this
That's
year.
incredible. I mean, this will be something that we'll remember forever. Like, where were you when this happened? What was the last thing you did?
Yeah.
My last show I saw was the Black Crows. And I'm so grateful that I went that night. It was just about a week before all this happened. So, it's definitely a memory. And I have a 3-year-old, so this is something he's going to learn about in his history class. Like, we're living in real time what kids are going to learn about in history years from now, which is
Right.
very strange, right? It's very
Yeah. It's
weird.
never happened. Well, what's scary is, brought the world to its knees,
Exactly.
pretty much. Something we don't even see. It's not a bomb.
Right.
Nobody nuked us or nuked another country, but uh, actually a nuclear bomb would have went off in one area.
Right. Exactly.
The rest of the
Isolated it
country
all.
would have been functioning. And
Right.
here, this is the whole world. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
It is
The
weird to
effect.
see, like whenever we were watching in Italy, my husband's Italian, and I know, you guys are too. And just to see the way that was shut down, and then just knowing that it was coming, it was like sort of like this hurricane you could see coming. I don't think we knew exactly what it would look like, but man, when it hit, it was just, it's just been
Well, we
awful.
did the NAMM show in January
Right. That's right.
in,
Yeah.
in LA, and the NAMM show is people from all around the world.
Sure.
A lot of people from China, where all the manufacturing is,
Right.
and everybody was together and shaking hands and hugging and hanging out.
Yeah.
And a couple people that I knew got the flu afterward, but they
Mm-hmm.
probably got this.
Right.
But they thought it was the flu, and then they dealt with it, and it passed.
Yeah. I
And
went to
then
cover the Super Bowl, and the same thing happened to me. Horribly sick for 7 weeks. Didn't know what
you,
it was at the time.
oh,
Yeah. But like, the coughing incessantly for 7 weeks. And my doctor at the time
Wow.
told me that it was bronchitis, So I think,
Yeah, because
what's that?
no, that's amazing. I didn't
Yeah,
know that. Wow.
yeah. I mean, it was pretty crazy, but I think that's because they, couldn't diagnose it. And I think by the time we
Yeah.
get the antibody test available to everybody, we'll all know who had it and who didn't, right? So it's weird
Right.
times we're living in for sure. But
Yeah.
I really appreciate you guys taking the extra effort because I know, doing a music video from home while you're by yourself and you have to piece it all together isn't the most ideal situation. But it gave us some cool content to soak up. And for somebody that we love so much, Dio, it was
Yeah.
really cool that you guys did that. So I
Yeah.
thank you for that.
And it came out, you know, um, Artie, our guitar player in that, he's the guy that does the video.
Yeah.
He's
Oh, he's
edited
the one that edit. Okay, gotcha.
and did and the final sound and all that, and
Yeah,
he did an amazing job. I
really
mean,
good.
I watched it. Wow, sounds good, looks good. It changes. It's not just a static bunch of cameras. He did a
No, it's
great
a
job.
real
And
video. I mean, he really went all in.
yeah, we might do another one. We'll wait till this one settles down and
Yeah.
then put one more song out like that. It's fun to do it.
Well, it gives you
I'll
some
point all the
time.
time. Carmine,
I know,
Carmine,
right? Make sure that
Carmine.
Carmine points back. You're gonna have to time him
Yeah,
out, so or he won't
he
be.
could point back at me, and then I won't be there. There'll be an empty set of drums.
That's awesome. You've
I'll
got
do
to get
that.
coffee. You're like, I'll be right back. Excuse me.
He
I
goes,
love
"Take
it.
it, Vinny," and there's the drums in the back.
That is awesome, Vinny. You were too much. I love chatting with you. I could take up your whole day. You're one rad dude. You're down in LA right now, right?
Yeah, I'm like outside of San Diego, pretty much about an
Oh,
hour
okay. Yeah, I used to
in
live down in
between
LA.
LA and San Diego.
Okay. I used to live in LA for 6 years, so there's still a piece of my heart that lives there. You have to say that quietly when you're in the North Bay, in up in San Francisco area, Bay Area. You got to be careful with that, but I do love that.
Right.
Well,
No, you're
it's
right.
wonderful chatting with you. All of our viewers and listeners, make sure you check out Monsters and Heroes. We will
Yeah.
post it, of course, here on the website as well. But it's really
Cool.
rad. And Vinny, it is an honor, a pleasure. My husband's super jealous that I'm getting to chat with you, but at least we made amends on his little flub. So we're
Yeah.
all good.
Tell him I said hi. And then one more quick thing: the drum company I'm with, which is called back here
Uh-huh.
Sawtooth, like a
Yeah.
blade. We're going to put together some like online lesson things
Oh,
and
yeah.
maybe a little clinic, and people could ask questions and that kind of thing. We're working on that
Oh,
now.
that's very cool. Will that
So
be on
hopefully in a couple of weeks.
okay? Will that be on like your website or theirs, or how can people find that?
They could find it. It'll be a link on my website,
Okay.
and you can go to their website, and it'll be on there and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome. That's
yeah,
very
that'd be fun.
cool. All right. Yeah. Another project. See, got to get
Yep,
creative and push the technological boundaries during all of this craziness. All right, Vinny. Well,
exactly.
you take care. Thank you so much for talking
Thank
with us.
you.
All right.
All right, and you be safe, be careful, and everybody listening, be careful, and let's get music back to where it should be.
Amen
Make
to
you feel
that.
good.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. You
All
take
right.
care. Thank
Thank you.
you. Bye
Bye.
bye.